supposed to talk. This episode of Quit Stalling is brought to you by Jinx.com. To get 10% off of your checkout, use the promo code QuitStalling_366. Need some Blizzard swag for that loved one on their birthday? Want to show your best friend that you'll gladly support their supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle car addiction? Then head on over to Jinx.com and shop from a wide variety of gamer and geek swag. Don't forget, when you shop there, don't use the promo code QuitStalling_366 to save 10% off of your checkout. QuitStalling_366 at checkout. Alright, welcome everyone to the spiritual successor to every failed web show, podcast, and cam show on the internet. This is our, hopefully from now on, weekly excuse to throw 2 to 3 to 4 guys in front of a camera, or 2 or 3 or 4, to talk about all things geeky and pop culture. With me today, I am Herald, by the way, I am Herald, in case you guys haven't watched this before or seen us. We've been off the air for about 2 months, but that's cool. I am Herald Silvestre. I am broadcasting straight from the Quit Stalling studio, now with Fibr. So that's why you guys are getting us live. And with me, from the home of How and Kimusabis, in a galaxy not so far away, the scruffy-looking nerd herder himself, James Gutierrez. How you doing, James? Yeah, you were in Taiwan, right? Oh yeah. That'd be so dope. Yeah, so now I have Fibr. And my internet is blazing fast. Oh, shout out to Karen Balsa, one of our college code DJs, because we were DJs back in college. It was college radio, doesn't count. But we were DJs back in college, and shout out to Karen, who I think is watching. She just commented on our YouTube on our Facebook post. So yeah, man, like Oh, are we? Oh, weird. Yeah, so Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, they can't hear you for some reason. Let me fix that. What's going on? Yeah, they can't hear you. Sorry, man. For those people watching at home, I'm sorry that you can't hear James. What's going on? Yeah, James, they can't hear you right now. Wait 1 second. That is not right. That is not right. Can you try saying something now? Oh, weird. Sorry. I'm trying to fix it, guys. I'm trying to fix it. Say something. Sorry.
Whenever you do a live show, you're gonna have issues. That's
yeah. Okay. Now we're good.
Shows.
Now we're good. Right. Yeah. So. Oh
now
my
we're up
God!
And
I
running.
can't believe that was. Yeah. So. Yeah. Now. God. I had some settings left over from the last live stream. So that was kind of messing things up. All right, so once again, James, last time we did this show, you were all the way in Taiwan.
That is correct.
Yeah, man, and yeah, so your internet, your internet's looking better now, like a couple of minutes into the show. But you were mentioning that you don't have good Wi-Fi at the moment.
Yeah, I'm in America right now. I don't want to say anything too bad about where I'm staying, nor give away any addresses or anything like that. Oakland. But my internet is, I guess, shared in my building, and especially in the evenings, bandwidth gets eaten up. But that being said, overall it's okay. It's my data that's the one that's being difficult. People are surprised that I used up, because like apparently, like, you know how they have the unlimited data or whatever.
Yeah.
And I used up my LTE allowance, because you have 6 gigs of LTE.
Yeah.
People are like, wow, you use 6 gigs in 2 weeks. I'm like, that's not that much. Like, I could probably do more. It's just I can't do anything right now. Like when I was in Taiwan, it was blazing fast and unlimited. Yeah. So I would be always like, I guess just YouTube on my phone or something like that. Oh, but now that just to take advantage of YouTube working again and the YouTube stream having audio, quick shout out to Kirill. Sup, boo. No, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I ran into her like a week ago or so on the streets
outside. I heard.
Yeah.
Thank you for not being awkward. I appreciate
that.
Man.
I love Kirill.
I could see you being awkward and like seeing her be like, oh, and hiding. I could see you doing that.
Oh yeah, man. That's
you
totally
don't
what
hide
I do.
well. You're tall as hell, so you don't hide well. You try to hide behind a bush or something, but your hair is like kind of poking out. Yeah, your elbows poking out beside the bush.
I think that's something that, yeah, you're right. I think that's something that isn't translated because we're on webcams and stuff. I'm fairly tall for a Filipino.
Something that's not translated. I'm pretty tall. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a shave under 6 feet. I'm like 5'11" and 3/4. I grow my hair high.
5'11" and 3/4.
Yeah, I grow my hair high to compensate. So just to make it over. But yeah, I make it a point to emphasize that because when you're like 5'10", 5'11", it sounds so much better that you can jump high versus like if you're 6 feet. Because if you're like 6 feet, it's like, yeah, you're 6 feet. It's kind of expected. But like when you're like 5'10", 5'11", they're like, oh wow, you could touch the rim, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I have bounce.
Yeah, I can't touch the rim, so I don't know. I'm 5'10", but I can't touch the rim, so I just take it. Gravity.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say you could probably kick it, so you're fine. Yeah, you're totally fine. Yeah, James's internet is cutting out. Just
I wish I could.
Oh,
can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
There we go.
Someone just started a torrent. Someone started a torrent next door for you. So that.
Probably.
Yeah. All right, man. So, I just want to mention to everyone, if you've been paying attention to anything we've been doing on Quit Stalling, you may have noticed that me and Diego went to what's it? To what's it? We went to Singapore the other week, and
Job, you don't even remember where you go?
Yeah, man. What's it? We go everywhere nowadays.
I don't know. Singapore, just went to Singapore. Like, oh yeah, that's right, Singapore. Dude, I've never been to Singapore. I'd be stoked. I mean, yeah, I know. Never been to Singapore, but I mean, I feel like you could do Singapore in a day or two, tops.
Actually, you can.
It's not a big island.
Yeah, that's very true. But it's a good experience. I would recommend it. Me and Diego had a bunch of fun. I'm gonna try and pull up the video real quick here. Oh, it's huge. Let me shrink that a bit.
I won't be able to see it.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it. But for the folks at home who are watching, they're getting more of my face. So me and Diego got.
Where is it? Is the animation below?
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. So me and Diego got to play a bunch of games over in Singapore for Casual Connect Asia. Shout out to the guys over at the Casual Games Association. Thank you for having us. It's actually been almost a month since we did it, and I'm still trying to recover with all the footage we shot and everything. It was awesome. It was a great time.
Wow.
So guys, check. All the videos are up on our YouTube right now, so check that out. It's bit.ly/quitstallingyoutube, bit.ly/quitstallingyoutube. and you'll find all the videos there. But yeah, I just wanted to pimp that out real quick. James, what have you been up to in the past 2 months since we spoke?
Well, 2 months ago, I was in a dip. I've been busy actually. I touched, as as we've talked about on the show before. I travel for work. Just got into the U.S. maybe about 2 weeks ago. It's been pretty much a whirlwind. I hit the ground running pretty much with coming out here, specifically with the focus, at least for this new project, focusing on the Japanese side of things. So it's cool to be in the U.S. It's been a while since I've been out here. I told you offline over the week that I had a really cool and really relevant meeting, for at least for our show, as well as for my project. Just the other day, I got to meet with the Capcom USA CEO, Urata-san. Thank you very much again. If he was watching, that'd be so cool. But Urata-san, thank you so much for your time, for your hospitality. He gave me these awesome swag gifts. Look at this.
That is so cool, dude.
Look at that.
And that fit. It looks like you. It looks like you. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, it works. It works. I also got. Where's the other one? I got this one too. Mega Man.
Also looks like you. Also.
I'll take it. There's Mega Man.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and it's funny because the brand is Dorbs.
Oh, I've heard of those.
It's Dorbs because it's adorable. Get it?
It's Adorbs.
No? I guess it works. No, but it was really cool. I'd show you his business card, but I don't want to give away any personal information. But his business card has Ryu on it.
Oh, yeah, you sent it to me. That was awesome. I'll give him a call.
Probably not a good idea.
Watasan, a friend of James Gutierrez, says I could call you anytime during the day. Wanted
to... Screw you, buddy.
Man, you've had an exciting 2 months, dude.
It has been. I mean, I just got I drove up from Los Angeles to San Francisco, so that was my first time to do that. That was a long drive. It was about 6 hours. Apparently, I did it in good time though. And then it's been busy with work. I did the whole Silicon Valley networking thing. Wow. That was fun. It's really like the show, man. It's really like the TV show.
Oh, for real?
So much, it's for real. I went to this Japanese medical technology networking / I want to say symposium, but that just makes it too fancy. I mean, it was like a discussion of medical technology. Right. I mean, it was a symposium of sorts.
Yeah.
And so we were there, and there was a lot of, of course, a lot of Japanese companies. It was a Japanese society that was putting it together. And then there was this Indian guy. And the Indian dude was so typical Silicon Valley dress. He was wearing jeans. He had his jacket on, but his jacket was thrown over an Initial D T-shirt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Initial D T-shirt. But then he was speaking fluent Japanese, and I'm like, whoa, just blown away. He was an interesting guy to talk to, though. But that's the kind of Silicon Valley vibe you get here. You hear about all these, we started our company in our garage in Palo Alto, and I'm like, oh, that's quintessential Silicon Valley. It's interesting, but at the same time, well, no, there's no but. Actually, I don't know why I was going to try to continue this, and it's interesting. It's interesting to be out here.
Yeah, man. But nowadays, is that even special? Is it even special to say that you started your company in your garage? Who hasn't?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I mean, there's so much going on out here, though, innovation-wise. I'm hearing about a lot of different cool up-and-coming companies in the technology space, in the energy space. A lot of stuff happening out here in California. I mean, that's why Silicon Valley is still a hub for innovation. And there's a lot of stuff, especially from the West Coast, not to get too much business oriented, but they're really trying to go, I guess, against what the new administration was saying towards the Paris Agreement. They're really trying to. All the states in the West Coast are, they still committing to their promises for the Paris Agreement, or their what's the term? Pledge, I should say, for the Paris Agreement. Because the U.S. is supposedly pulled out of the Paris Agreement, which is that's a whole. We could have a whole other conversation about that, but this is a pop culture show, not
well, it's still pop culture, man. Like we geek out about everything, but yeah, like I have heard about that. Just to touch on that, and like that's why Elon Musk pulled out of Trump's administration.
No, it's true. Dude, I'm trying to reach out to Elon Musk also to sit down with him. Like, I don't know if Elon Musk is going to have the time to sit down with me. Mr. Musk, if you're listening, please do have the time to sit down with me.
Yeah,
even just to be our team, I would be very happy.
If you have the time to sit down with James, he'll throw up a mic in front of you. I'll be there as well, and just feel free to adopt us. The papers are already drawn up. We're ready.
Totally. No, I'm meeting with. I think one of my most exciting meetings coming up next week is I'm going to meet with the CEO of Impossible Foods. Impossible Foods is a company that they created a meat that bleeds. So they synthesize exactly what makes. It's like they made a meat out of plant-based materials that bleeds because they synthesized what makes meat.
Oh, that's
without
so cool.
through the process of going through an animal, they can take the little proteins out of plants like tofu and whatnot, and just like kind of rearrange it so that it mimics meat.
Whoa! So does that reduce the carbon footprint? Like, does their process reduce the carbon footprint?
Greatly.
Wow.
Greatly, because I mean, if you think about how much water, how much methane, like the carbon footprint of raising cattle, is crazy high. It's very, very significant, and so when you remove that aspect of it, it becomes a much more eco-friendly way to, I guess, still enjoy meat products. Obviously, I'm a carnivore. I'm gonna put it to the test. I've heard mixed reactions.
Oh, really? Is it like soy?
I mean, but I've had some good veggie burgers. Like I was genuinely surprised. Like this is not meat, kind of thing.
Wow.
So
that's huge.
I'm looking forward to it. And because some of the top chefs are now working with them, so if they have those kind of approvals, makes sense. I mean, it makes sense that it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
For real. Like, yeah, and dude, see, this is why the Quit Stalling podcast is so interesting, because we could talk about like geek out about a wide array of things, and it's not just like movies and things like tech and pop culture. That's all geeky, and we love talking about it. So
that is true.
Yeah, keep bringing it up, man. Keep bringing it up.
I need to. When I do it, I need to go grab my fidget spinner and just be like spinning it over.
Is that?
I'm totally on that.
Yeah, you are like the market for the fidget spinner. I have to say.
No, I was on that shit. Like I was on that shit a couple months ago before it came to the U.S. Like when I was in Taiwan, like I saw it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy it here because it's gonna be cheaper. And then I come out here, it's like trying to sell it for $8 a pop. And they're good fidget spinners. I'm not gonna lie, like they spin really well, but I'm not gonna spend $8 for it. Like I spent maybe $3 for mine. So it seems about right. It's like $8 is a meal. That's food.
Yeah, exactly. And like Tracy was just there, and she was mentioning to me, girlfriend of the show, Tracy. She was mentioning to me that. All the stores there that you go to the malls to and see, like they'd be selling like hoverboards and drones. Nowadays they're selling fidget spinners, so it's like it's become that next trend. You take a puff off screen. But yeah, it's crazy how big those things have gotten, and I honestly don't get the hate, because like it's a cool thing. Like there's no reason for people to be so uneasy about them. You know what I mean? Like, I go to the internet and there's so much hate towards fidget spinners. Like, just let them be.
Nah, I feel you. Just let people have their thing. Like,
Yeah.
they've taken it a little bit too far with some of the fidget spinners. Like, they have. It's just crazy, but hey, just let them do their thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't want to. What's it called? I don't want to derail the conversation. I know we have a big lineup. I mean, since we haven't talked in quite a bit, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot to cover. A lot has happened.
That's true. That's very true. But in all honesty, you know, if we go too long, like if we don't get to cover all the topics, we'll cover in the next show. We can do this more regularly. It's fine. It's fine. You look super crystal clear right now. By the way, you look really clear right now. Like you are handsome as hell. You are handsome as hell, sir. All right, let's do it. James just alluded to it. We'll talk about the news.
Well, yes. Yeah. I see. Good news, everyone.
All right, it's time for the news. And the news is brought to you by GameBite. All right, head on over to Quit Stalling's YouTube channel and check out GameBite. Oh, we lost James's video feed, but that's fine. He'll be right back. Check out GameBite. It's on SoundCloud. It's on our YouTube channels. It's on the iTunes podcast, iTunes App Store, podcast store. It's on Google Play. It's on all your podcatchers. So check out GameBite. Me, Diego Z, Vince Cabrera, and Mick de Guzman talk about gaming. This week, I think we'll be talking a lot about the E3 Electronics Entertainment Expo. I think I got that right. And all the things that are coming out of there.
LA.
Yeah, man.
Capcom's got a big announcement coming up. I got the inside scoop.
Oh, you got it, dude! Are you serious? Are you serious? You gotta tell me about this off air, man. Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, I can't. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Before you get into any trouble, first things first, we got to get the sad news out of the way. We are sad to say that TV's Adam West, the Batman of our very, very early youth, you know, we only got him as our Batman for a quick bit, has passed away. You know, the dude was awesome. Let's be honest. He was on Family Guy. He did his own. He voiced himself in Family Guy. You know, the dude is awesome. I got a couple more clips here. I got one from the Nerdist, but yeah, like the guy was amazing. Rest in peace, Adam West. We like I said on our Facebook page, we may never get a Powerless cameo, but at least we got one more animated movie. So thank you so much, Adam West. We'll see you. See when we see you. All right. James, have you seen Wonder Woman?
I have not seen Wonder Woman.
Oh, sorry. I think I cut you off. Were you going to say something about Adam West? Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say rest in peace to Adam West. I mean, like that's about it. But yeah, I wanted to just add on a little bit.
Oh yeah, dude, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to add on about how, you know, Adam West was. We see how important comic book characters and comic book movies and shows have become, and he was paving the way for all that. Like back in those you know, with the shark spray on the bat belt. You know, he had the bat shark spray. Like I remember that one episode where he was just dancing, like he couldn't stop dancing. Like he got caught in a party.
The Bat 2C.
That's who he's fighting. Anyway, just it's sad. It's sad to hear about Adam West, and I hope his family and his loved ones are doing all right in this time.
Yeah. Amen. So, yeah, rest in peace, Adam West. All right. In other news, you have seen Wonder Woman. You just mentioned, right?
No, I have not seen Wonder Woman. I was invited to see Wonder Woman the other day with some of our friends, common friends of ours, Mr. Roldan and Mr. Duran.
Oh, nice,
both invited over. But it was too far. Like they wanted me to drive like 40 minutes out to go watch a movie with them, and I'm like,
nah.
You guys are trying to get me to go so far.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
No, but I found out that the best time to watch a movie over here is on Sundays and Tuesdays because they are $7 at Jackie London Square.
Oh,
I mean, I didn't watch today, which would have been perfect, but I will maybe watch on Tuesday. So I have not seen Wonder Woman, but like I've seen the trailer a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, I just wanted to ask if you watched it.
A lot of good things. I've been hearing that it was really. I'm assuming you watched it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I had a couple of things I wanted to talk about, but we can move it to another show. Let's we have a lot to talk about today, so we'll move it to another show. It's cool. Have you seen Guardians?
All right. No, I have not seen Guardians either. Dude,
Again,
movies are expensive over here.
I totally feel you, man. It's fine. We have so much to talk about. We could skip over those. Don't worry about it.
All right.
So one thing I do know we could talk about is Tom Cruise back in the danger zone. He will be reprising his role as Maverick in Top Gun 2.
I'm stoked for that because Top Gun was such a good movie. Like
so good.
It had everything. It had action. It had drama. It had suspense.
It had sports.
It had some like questionable volleyball scenes. It was everything that embodies what America was at that time of the world. And gotta say, Tom Cruise is a good-looking son of a gun, and it doesn't look like he's aged much.
No,
he gives short guys a like hope, I guess, because he's not too tall, right? He's like what 5'4"? I want to say he's 5'4".
Yeah, he's like 5'4". Wait, let me look for Tom Cruise height. Shout out to Diego Zuluaga, who's on the Twitch right now, and Sidizi, our former co-host on the Quit Stalling podcast, and my co-host on Game Bite. Yeah, James, he wants a shout out from you.
DZ, I miss you, buddy. It's been a good minute since I've seen you or we talked. I'd love to join you on a separate show. I know we don't do shows together anymore, but I do miss having you on air. Shout out to our other DJs as well, to JR, San
will be joining us. So here's some breaking news, guys, real quick. Some breaking news before we get back to Top Gun. San will be joining us on the Quit Stalling podcast because he's moving to the U.S. So his time will line up with yours, and he'll be able to join us on hopefully a regular basis.
Hey.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for that. Having three hosts on the show again, that'd be great.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, the more the merrier. So I'm looking at Tom Cruise's height
Where's
online.
he gonna be?
Oh, sorry, you were saying? Sorry, I cut you off. Oh, no, he's frozen. Oh, there. Sorry.
Where's he going to be in the U.S.?
He mentioned it. I'll look for it in our chat. I don't know exactly right at the moment off the top of my head, but he mentioned it, so I'll let you know later on.
Oh, wait.
Apparently Tom Cruise's height is 1.7 meters. How tall is that?
He's 5'7".
Okay, 5'7". That's
I'm hella good at math.
Yeah, he's not that short.
Yeah, but when you think of Brad Pitt, Brad Pitt's like 5'11".
Yeah. He's not like Hollywood
and it's funny,
tall.
You think of Tom Cruise as 5'7", right? Nicole Kidman is 5'11".
Oh my gosh! And how long were they married?
I don't know.
11 years. So, it says here on the Googles. Yeah,
11 years. Now he's and then after that he was with Katie Holmes. Is he single now? Is he not with?
Yeah, he's single now. That's 11 years of looking up 4 inches, man. That's a lot.
How tall is Mimi Rogers?
Yeah, we're gonna go into this right now.
5'9", also taller.
I semi-snorted and then I tried to make a real snort.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we go. I searched Mimi Rogers' height, and it compares the heights of Katie Holmes, Nicole Kidman, and all of them together. I love it. Oh man, that was good.
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's shorter than all of his ex-wives. He's 5'7". Katie Holmes is 5'9". Mimi Rogers is 5'9", and Nicole Kidman is 5'11".
Oh my gosh, dude, that's a lot of taller women. Yeah, Tom Cruise. He got the looks. It's Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, show me the money, and he's coming back. Is who I would like to see back in Top Gun. I don't think he aged quite as gracefully as Mr. Cruise with the Val Kilmer. I would love to see Val Kilmer back.
Like, from what I heard, he lost the weight again. Because, like, yeah, for a time, he gained a whole
really?
lot of weight. He gained, like, a whole lot of weight. Then, from what I hear, he lost it again. So, it'll be interesting to see, like, what state he'd be by the time they start filming Top Gun 2.
Damn. Iceman.
Iceman.
That's my favorite. Goose is not gonna come on. Goose is just. We all knew Goose wasn't gonna.
I'm just kidding. Like, if people haven't seen it by now, like, they should. They really should. Yeah. So Top Gun 2. Hopefully will be coming sooner than later. There's no official word on when they're starting filming or when the movie's going to be released, but hopefully we'll get it sooner than later. And that leads me into our next topic. Universal Studios' Dark Universe. We're getting a shared universe of movies from Universal, and it's going to revolve around their monster movies. So they're rebooting all their monster movies. So they've started now with The Mummy, also starring Tom Cruise. And
also Mr. Cruise.
Yeah, also Mr. Cruise. And the thing is, supposedly the person that's going to tie it all together is Dr. Jekyll, played by Master and Commander himself. Shoot, his name is slipping. Shit, what's his name? Gosh, dang it.
Russell Crowe, bro.
Russell Crowe, thank you. Gosh, you could save me earlier. Like,
I got you.
Thank you. Yeah, so he's gonna be playing Dr. Jekyll. He's gonna be making an appearance in the current Mummy movie, which is already out. What do you think about this whole shared universe with Universal's monster movies?
I think that it's a common theme that was built off of the success of how Marvel put together their films.
Mm-hmm.
And because of how Marvel was able to integrate all of their films and just draw in so much excitement from this cinematic universe, it prompted DC to do the DC cinematic universe. There's been the long-going series of the Pixar films and the Disney films all being interrelated as well. Having it blatantly, like, we're going to put these movies together is a good idea, and then specifically with a genre that hasn't been really touched in terms of combining stories or overlying story arcs, I should say. So I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out. I am admittedly not too thrilled about how The Mummy looks.
Yeah. Neither am I.
I miss Brendan Fraser. That's The Mummy for me forever. Brendan Fraser. Sorry, right? And it's Brendan, right? Not Brandon.
Brendan, yeah, Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yeah. He's the goofy George of the Jungle. He's my hero for The Mummy. Like, it's not Tom Cruise. But we'll see how it goes. I think that they're trying to bank off of the whole animated CGI. Let's just make it look very aesthetically wow, and doesn't seem like they're doing too much with the plot. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So let's see how it turns out.
Yeah, fingers crossed that it turns out good, but you're right, I felt the same way when they replaced Evie in the original Mummy series. It felt weird without Rachel Weisz. So
Yeah.
when they completely took out Brendan Fraser, that was the end for me. I was like, you know what, this is weird. But then when they announced this whole Dark Universe thing, it kind of got me interested in this Mummy movie. So it's really curious what they'll do. I'm really curious at what they'll do with this, and the whole Dark Universe thing. Because it's interesting, you know. You're right that they're doing this in light of the success of Marvel, stringing all their movies together with an overarching theme and overarching universe. Nick Fury was the one who tied in everyone in the original Avengers and Marvel universe, and now we have Dr. Jekyll. It's weird that we're getting a whole monster movie universe in the same vein, but again, you know, it's a good experiment to try out. If they're not gonna do it now, then when, right? Like everyone was saying when Marvel was doing it right, like I can't believe this hasn't been done before, and now more people are doing it, and it can only be good for pop culture.
How do we know what movies are coming in? I mean, we see, of course, The Mummy. We see Dr. Jekyll's going to be there. Are we going to see other classic movie monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein? Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to look up right now because they had a photo of who they've already slated to be in the lineup for the Dark Universe, and I'm gonna try and look for the photo right now. Yeah, we got Johnny Depp. Let me throw up the photo real quick. Give me a second. We have Johnny Depp. I don't know who he's playing yet until I freaking pull out the text. All right.
He should do a remake of Edward Scissorhands.
Oh man, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
So so here's the slate. Phantom of the Opera? What? Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, which sounds really cool. Frankenstein.
Ooh, okay.
Bride of Frankenstein, and strangely, even more so than Phantom of the Opera, is the Hunchback of Notre Dam. This is weird. This is from Variety, so I don't know how much we should look into this, but they've known to be a reputable source. They've been known to be a reputable source. It's weird though. In this photo, you see Javier Bardem, you see Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, Russell Crowe, and the antagonist in the Mummy movie. She was also in the Kingsman movie. Her name is slipping me. Sophia Boutella.
Sophia Boutella.
Yeah. So.
No, but that last one, I agree with you. It's kind of out there. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I mean, like I could see how you could tie in everything else. But how are you gonna throw Quasi in there? How's Quasimodo gonna make it? Like, how's he gonna kick it with the Mummy?
He'll be Igor, pre-Igor.
Oh shit, that actually could work.
I'm joking, but like, right? Like that.
What if
that could
was
be
Igor's backstory? Like he was the Hunchback of Notre Dame until he got chased out because he didn't get with Gypsy Girl, and then he just linked up with Dr. Frankenstein and became Igor.
Yeah. So.
What if that's Quasi's real name? Like they just called him Quasimodo just because. Oh man, that'd be an interesting story arc. I'd watch.
There it is. Universal. We're calling our shot. Me and James are calling our shot. Quasimodo is Igor.
Oh, that would be cool. How else are you gonna link it? Doesn't make any other sense.
I think we just did. So apparently Javier Bardem is gonna star in Frankenstein. It's unclear here if he'll be Dr. Frankenstein or if he'll be Frankenstein's monster. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't. I'm curious because like when people think of Frankenstein, they don't realize that Frankenstein is also the name of the doctor. Like people always just think that it's a monster, but there's so many. I think they might even just CGI the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Like how they did with the Hulk or something like that.
Oh, that's true. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just did. But
Go ahead.
apparently, Javier Bardem will play the monster, Frankenstein's monster, and Johnny Depp will play the Invisible Man, according to CNET.
Like, so he's gonna play the Invisible Man. Like, how do you do that? You're voice acting the Invisible Man. You're not playing him.
It could be like the thing in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen where he puts like makeup on himself from time to time, just so people could see him.
Well, yeah. If I look like Johnny Depp, I'd do the same. Like, I'd totally. Like, if you look like Johnny Depp, being the Invisible Man is the worst superpower you can get.
Oh man, there was a point last year though, the past 2 years, where he wishes he was the Invisible Man with all his like bad movie choices and addictions resurfacing.
That is true. I mean, but overall, I mean, look at him. He looks hella slick right there.
Yeah, he does. He looks really suave in that photo. I mean, Tom Cruise is the least dressed of all of them, and he still ties that photo in.
He's still the best looking guy. Like he's just in a black shirt, and he's probably on some kind of like block, or maybe they got him on a phone book in the back. You know, because I don't think they made him pantay with Russell Crowe. Like, I don't think he's that tall.
That's why they had it. That's also why they had everyone else sit down.
I'll stop with the height. I know I was going overboard with it.
Oh man, yeah, it's interesting that they're doing this, and I hope it works out well for them, because we've seen this go wrong so many times where people are over ambitious, like with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but they don't pull it off. I think the Marvel formula is the way to go. Introduce these characters one by one and then tie them all together. I've mentioned in a previous show that I wish that's how they did it in Warcraft, where they had like each race introduced and then have them all in a Warcraft movie. But hopefully,
yeah, it was a little bit of a hodgepodge how they did that.
Yeah, it was the complete opposite of how they did the game. The game introduces you like race by race, and then they just like hodgepodged it for the movie. So I hope people learn the lessons, DC. So fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed for Dark Universe. I wanna tackle a couple more topics because we're on 43 minutes, and I don't want to keep you up too late. Let's go with. Have you seen American Gods? You have, right? You have. We've talked about this.
I've been keeping up with American Gods. That's one thing we have not had a chance to talk about yet on the show.
All right, let's do it real quick. American Gods, man. How have you found the series so far?
American Gods is interesting. At first, after watching the first, I'm up to date as of episode 6. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good now. You lagged for a second, but you're good now.
Okay, yeah, so I'm up to date as of episode 6. Overall, I thought it's well put together. I like the storytelling. I really like how they explained how the gods made it. They all at the start of every episode coming to America. I love how they included that. The spider one kind of made me crawl because I don't like spiders.
Oh yeah.
We did have a talk about that one scene that was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit too long.
They dragged that whole. So me, not to get too much into it, but me and James were talking about the scene with the djinn and the salesman, the Middle Eastern salesman. It was dragged on way too long on any point of view. I love that they were able to explore that and make it visually different. It was honestly on the tone of the whole series, where they've managed to make the visuals so good and so stunning and so vibrant and unique. But that whole scene, that not just one scene actually, that whole string of scenes was dragged on way too long. The whole cab part where they were just talking was dragged on as well. And it took forever, I just wish they paced that better, because the Anansi part where, the spider guy in the ship, where he was talking about the future of black people in America, that was paced very well. But, most of the show has been paced very well, but you do get these parts that are dragged on for way too long and you wish would end sooner than they did.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's my only gripe so far because, yeah, overall, the show, like, this part, you know, the Egyptian lady who was walking up the stairs, that also took forever, you know? Like, that could have been shaven down by, like, 2-3 minutes. So I'm hoping the pace of certain parts picks up, but, you know, I think they're dragging it on because they want to stretch it out for multiple seasons.
Exactly. They're gonna have a little bit of a talk. I mean, because he came back, he kind of crossed into the main story arc. It seemed like the guy with the gin was not part of the main story because they have a lot of those. But I think a lot of people are going to cross over. We see the Grim Reaper with Shadow's wife. We see the Leprechaun's been part of it. You know, dead wife. Hashtag spoilers.
Oh yeah,
we haven't seen that. I mean, that's like,
yeah. If you guys haven't seen it,
one.
Let me throw that spoiler alert, or is it? Oh man, I should have it somewhere here. Yeah, but here we go.
Holy spoiler alert!
Yeah, we're giving away a couple of spoilers, but you know, guys, it's really a show you should watch. It's one of the best Stars has put out to date.
Yeah, I think at first it started off just as another kind of gory, bloodshed kind of show, but then it's starting to get more intricate, and I like how they're tying it in, especially the last episode with the volcano.
Oh yeah. There's actually a new episode out earlier, like a couple of hours ago, so I can't wait to watch that. But you are so right.
Oh, is it newer than this one?
Yeah, it's newer than I think it's a season finale because they're only going like 8 episodes a season.
What?
Yeah. They're pacing it oddly, but you know it keeps you hooked. The show really keeps you hooked.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna go log into Amazon Prime so that I can watch this episode, because logging in and watching your shows legally is very important.
Yeah,
make sure you stream responsibly.
Exactly, it's something we encourage here on Quit Stalling. Stream responsibly, people. Pirate Bay. All right. You know what? We have a whole lot of topics we can tackle next week, but I do want to end with one last tidbit that's kind of got me like shaking a little bit, because T.J. Miller, who most people that watch Silicon Valley, we were talking about Silicon Valley earlier, would know as Erlich Bachman, is leaving the show after this season. He's not going to continue on to season 5, which is a huge surprise for me. Initially, it was a huge surprise for me initially, because he was one of those cast members, one of those characters that seemed like he'd be there forever. And that's kinda, I think, why he's leaving. He talked about it on the Nerdist podcast, and I think he also talked about it on Conan when he guested there recently. He wanted to leave so that his character doesn't become stale, so the show doesn't become stale, and rely on certain jokes, because the way he sees comedy is when you get sitcoms and shows that run on really long, what happens is they kind of fall on the same tropes over and over again, Big Bang Theory, and they get stale and they get old. So what he's doing is he's removing Erlich from the equation in order for Silicon Valley to grow and experience a new dynamic, which is also, I think, why they removed Gavin Belson on the show. Spoiler alert.
Holy spoiler alert!
Is to change the dynamic, so he's not always that antagonistic guy. Erlich's not always the same douchebag who goes from nice guy to bad guy to annoying guy to nice guy again and saving people. You know, it's interesting, and to have this kind of self-awareness from an actor, and TJ is not any normal actor, as you'll see if you watch one of his interviews or his stand-up specials.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing, but at the same time, really surprising that he's gone and made this decision. I know you watch Silicon Valley.
I do. I quite enjoy it. I have a similar, like, I get the whole, I guess, stepping out and having that self-awareness, making the show truly great. And I can appreciate the genius behind that. However, I'm selfish. If I like a character, I want him to stay on the show. And him or her, if they make the show for me, then I'm one of those selfish viewers. Like, I don't care what other people say.
Yeah, man.
If it ain't, don't fix it. You know.
Exactly.
But I think the show can still survive without him. I think that there's still a lot of potential for, I guess, more character development that would have a more, diversified cast. I like, what's his name? The name slips me. The Indian guy.
Dinesh. What's his name?
Dinesh. Yeah. What's the actor's name?
Nanjiani.
Yeah, Kunil's funny. Like, I've seen his stand-up stuff, and I started watching his stand-up because of Silicon Valley, because I really like the way he tells his jokes. Like, he's a funny guy, and I feel that we're going to get to see more of, I guess, the guys that don't have as big of a personality, which is an interesting step for the show, and we get to see how that pans out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have dialed down Monica's role in the past few seasons since the first season and the second season's halfway point. They've really dialed her down, so I think this would be a good time for them to explore more storylines with her, maybe rekindle that romance with Richard a bit, and see how the characters develop. I mean, Dinesh Kumail Nanjiani's character, again, spoiler
alert.
Just had his girlfriend sent to prison, and I'm sure there's going to be heavy repercussions for that, and that's something they could explore. More storyline for the guys who don't get enough coverage. Jin Yang is an annoying piece of crap, and the guy who plays him is really good at being annoying. So it'd be interesting to see where he goes, but again, he's annoying. I hope he doesn't get much screen time. But yeah, interesting turn, and again, like we said, for the Dark Universe, I hope it turns out for the better and not for the worse. Yes.
Fingers crossed. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But on that note, James, again, we've ran way too long than we should have. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. But we must adjourn because you got to get some rest. And
that's okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're doing this again next week, guys. I'm gonna play you out. I'm gonna play us out. Let me look for a good song real quick. Here we go. All right. So James, when you're not on the Quit Stalling podcast, where can the folks at home find you?
Well, the fine folks at home can find Instagram, rebel_scum 1980. Also, that's activities on Snapchat, Phil M. Hero.
That's right. So once again, guys, find James at rebel_scum 1980 on Instagram and on Snapchat as Phil M. Hero. If you want to find more of me outside of the Quit Stalling podcast, you can head on over to the Quit Stalling website and find Game Bite, and I'll be there on Wednesdays, live with Diego, like I mentioned earlier, with Vince and Mick. So check that out. I'm there Wednesdays nights here in the Philippines. That'd be, I think, early morning in the U.S. Other than that, you can find me on all my social media at Herald Plays. It's Instagram, it's Twitter. I have a YouTube and a Twitch channel. I'll be sorting that in a couple of weeks. I have Fibr now, so I can do all this stuff now. I'm excited. But if you want to find out more about the Quit Stalling podcast network, head on over to www.quitstalling.us. That's quitstalling.us. We're on social media, Instagram.com at quitstalling. We're on Twitter at quitstallingus. Facebook.com/quitstallingus. We're on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/quitstalling. YouTube, bit.ly/quitstalling YouTube for all of our YouTube videos, VODs, and whatnot. Bit.ly/quitstalling live is how you can find us whenever we go live on our YouTube channel. Twitch.tv/quitstalling is also how you can watch us live. James, you want to give any shoutouts before we go? James, are you still there? James, you want to give any shoutouts?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What was that? A shout out?
Yeah, do you want to give any shoutouts before we head out?
Shout out to people who were checking us out on Facebook. I was just looking at some of the names again, just pulling it up. Erica, thanks for listening. Martha, thanks for listening. Melanie, thanks for listening. I'm assuming a like means you listened for a little bit. Elise, thanks for listening. You said I was funny, so I'm assuming you listened. Of course, shout out to my girlfriend, Carol. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. And everyone else who kind of tuned in. Aaron, thanks for tuning in earlier. If you're still on, I get hyped about these shows, and I'm glad to be back. Let's make this a regular thing, man.
Shout out to Motion Q who's watching on Twitch. Shout out to everyone on the YouTubes who was watching us. Because we're streaming both live on Twitch and YouTube. Eventually, I'll figure out how we can do it on Facebook as well. If you want to get a shout out, guys, message us on the YouTubes, because I see a couple more people watching on YouTube, but I can't see who. For some reason, the dashboard isn't letting me. But it's fine. We'll give you guys a shout out on the Facebook and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching. Motion Q, all our VODs are gonna be up on our YouTube, so check that out. James, this has been awesome. We'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, and hopefully with San with us next week. I think that's it. Are we good? Are we good, James? Anything else you wanna say before we go?
I think we're good.
We're good.
We're good. I'll see. We'll do this again next week.
Yeah, for real. All right, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, why is the music not playing? No. Wait. Sorry. No. There we go.